everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a quick review of the TTArtisan 75mm f2 lens on the Sony ZV-E10. If you haven't watched my full review of this lens on a full-frame camera, make sure you check that out first. This one is all about how it performs on an APS-C setup. When mounted on an APS-C sensor like the ZV-E10, it has an equivalent focal length of 112.5mm, which makes it a fantastic option for portrait photography and even close-up shots for flowers. The background separation at f2 is smooth and beautiful, giving you that professional Jimmy look. And even at f8, you can see the background separation is still pretty obvious, so your subject and the background are kind of compressed together. It is because the long focal length has this capacity of bringing the background closer to the subject. And you can also see the nice contrast and color rendering. Thanks to the large aperture of f2, this lens performs well in low light conditions, allowing you to capture bright and detailed images. However, to get the best results, make sure to turn on SteadyShot even for still photography if your camera has it. If you have shaky hands, you will need to use a faster shutter speed to avoid motion blur, because longer focal lengths require steadier handling, so be mindful of that when shooting in dim environment. For video shooting, there's something important you need to keep in mind. The ZV-E10 does not have in-body stabilization, and a lot of APS-C cameras don't either. So if you don't turn on Active SteadyShot, your footage will be almost unusable. The catch is that when you turn on Active SteadyShot, there will be a 1.5 times crop. That means your effective focal length jumps to around 170mm in full-frame terms. So while the footage looks much smoother, you will need to be mindful of extra crop, especially in tight spaces. Under bright sunlight, this lens handles contrast pretty well, but you will notice some chromatic aberration in high contrast areas. It's nothing too extreme, but something to be aware of. As for flare, it really depends on your shooting angle. Sometimes it adds character, but other times it can be distracting. Overall, the TTArtisan 75mm f2 is a solid lens on the ZV-E10 if you're looking for a budget-friendly telephoto option with beautiful background separation. However, personally, I think this focal length is for a more specific use, like portrait photography. The perspective is quite tight, so it is not very versatile and it's difficult to use indoors. If you specifically need a portrait lens, mounting it on an APS-C camera can be a good option, and the small and lightweight design is a plus for that purpose. But otherwise, I think it would be a better combination to put it on a full-frame camera. If you want to see how this lens performs on a full-frame camera, check out my other video linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.